Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Why You Should Pull Tartaglia video. And in this video, I'll basically try to promote Tortellini's upcoming banner by, telling you why you should pull for him and give you a small free-to-play damage showcase. So grab some snacks, sit back and watch me ramble about the best boy and my all-time favorite Hydro homie in this game, Tartaglia. So let's start with one of my favorite things about Childe, and it's the fact that he is great for everything. This guy is one of those units that can be used for all of the types of content in the game, like exploration, doing your commissions or resin, or even doing the abyss. And with Childe, you don't need to worry much about anything. He's great pretty much everywhere, besides co-op of course. Also, you don't really need constellations for this man. His C1 or C2 might look good, but if you're doing proper rotations, you do not need them. And his constellations are some of the most unnecessary ones in Genshin, and they don't really give you a huge damage increase. Even at C0, he's an amazing character. Every part of his kit is balanced and useful in some way or the other. This guy also opens up the window to hit pretty big numbers even as a free-to-play. And I don't know why, but one of my favorite things is seeing this guy hit unrealistic numbers. And he is also the only unit that I've hit 1 million damage with. Childe also has a passive called the Master of Weaponry, and this passive is by far the best one in the game. So with this passive, every unit in your team will have their normal attack levels increased by 1, which might not look useful at first, but it's still far better than those 25% exploration time bonuses ones. Another thing that I really like about him is that he's amazing at farming ascension materials for other units. Just give him a crowd control unit like Sucrose or Kazuha and you can pretty much end everything. I mean, I use this guy's ability to make everything wet to farm for Nahida and his upcoming bestie as well. And now, speaking of his ability to make everything wet, let's talk about the most satisfying part of his kit, his Riptides. And I'm not even joking, this is the #1 reason why you should be pulling for him. You must have seen compilations of his Riptides all across your timeline. And trust me when I say this, there's no better feeling in this world than seeing the small numbers all across your screen. And I also did a poll recently where I asked you guys what kind of a Genshin player are you? And a majority of you guys like seeing small numbers and Childe is the go-to unit for that. In fact, this gimmick is so unique that HOYO-MiX made a separate department in the team that calculates the damage of his Riptides to make sure that he does not become too OP or game-changing. Another great strength about Childe is that he's a very versatile character, and because he's Hydro, he can make use of a lot of reactions that are present in the game. You can use him in Vape, Electro Charge, or even freeze teams. But if you want to play him like a main DPS, you could also put him in a mono Hydro team, and he'll be decent there as well. Childe is kinda like the jack of all trades and the master of one. And with Sumeru's release, we also got a new element, Dendro. And Dendro is like a whole new playground for Electro and Hydro unit. And because Tortellini is a Hydro applier, he can really make use of this element, and Dendro has also unlocked a whole new set of teams for him. In fact, one of his Dendro teams is known as Intergracinal, which is a Burgeon team and consists of Childe, Nahida, Kazu and Benny. And I tried this team, and not gonna lie, it's kind of fun. You also get to see small numbers, which gives me a lot of serotonin. I think you can also swap in Fischl in place of Benny to mess around with, and it should be kind of fun as well. Childe's banner also looks pretty good. Layla is the all-new Sumeru 4-star, and call me Copium, but I think that she's gonna be great because all the previous Sumeru 4-stars have been amazing as well. Hazu is also very fun to play, and this guy is also like a newer 4-star, and you probably don't have his constellations unlocked. And along with them, we also have Toma. I mean, yeah, he is pretty decent for shields and people have been using him quite a bit, but that's about it. And if for some reason you decide to pull on the weapon banner, I have some good news for you. Tartaglia's signature weapon, the Polar Star, is the second most universal 5-star bow in this game. But with this being said, the other weapon on the banner, the Kagra's Rarity, is kinda mid, and also the widths it exists. Personally, I would not pull for it. So stay away from this weapon banner unless you're a whale. Another reason to stay away from this banner is because Childe can pretty much use any of the 5-star bows in this game. I'm talking bows made in Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma, or even Russia. Give him any of these bows and he'll end everything for you. So if you happen to have these bows, you're good to go. I wouldn't exactly call him too free-to-play friendly because his 4-star options are kinda limited. Rust is amazing and you probably have one by now, and it also looks good on him. The Battle Pass bow is also great, and you can of course use the Black Cliff one. And speaking of builds, Childe can also make use of a lot of artifact sets. It's actually kinda insane. You must have been thinking of using the 4-piece Heart of that set, and in my opinion, it's just kinda better to get the 2-piece set bonus and pair it up with some other sets like Noblesse Oblige if you want to make use of his burst. But if you want a more melee focused build, just pick any of the 4 attack percent pieces and you'll be fine. And if you decide to go with the melee build, farm the Chimanao's domain, because that'll help you get artifacts for his teammates like Shangling as well. I also asked a bunch of Childe mains to give their reasons as to why people should pull for him. And well, here are some of the interesting ones that I got. He's hot, he's hot, he's hot, he's hot, he's hot. Step on me. Wait, what? This comment is about his JP voice actor, and yeah, he sounds really good. Childe helps you to learn rotations and the importance of teamwork. He's like a firefighter trying to put out Xiangling's flames. I just like the way his character is written. Yeah, his lore is actually pretty good, and I also started liking him because of it. He has jiggle physics. Wait, is this true? Nah. I gotta check this out for science. Oh, dude, ain't no way! He woke up a big squishy serpent. So I'm guessing that they're talking about the Leo fight that we had. He certainly woke up. What the fuck? But now, let's see how my free-to-play Tartaglia performs. So this is my Tartaglia's build. He has 60% crit rate, 146 crit damage. He's also on an R5 Rust with the 2-piece Hydra and the 2-piece attack set. Now for the damage showcase, I'm going to be showcasing 30 seconds of some teams that I like to mess around with. But now, this is enough simping. Let's go with some of the points on why you should not be pulling for him. I mean, you probably will, but I have come up with some points to help you save those PP gems. So first, let's start with the biggest reason why you should not pull for Childe, his ex-teammate, Scaramouche. Because if you were to go by the goodwill of existing anime units, you already know that this guy is going to be useful in some way or the other. I should also mention that his redesign looks amazing. So if you're tight in those PP gems, you should probably get the character that you've actually been saving for first, because Childe will sooner or later get another rerun, right? Also, if you're someone that plays co-op with their friends, Childe will be extremely useless there. If you were to run an artifact domain together, you'll be able to use Childe for like 30 seconds max, and then after that, you'll get hit by the 42-second long cooldown, so good luck trying to kill anything. One actual con for Childe could be that his teams require a fair bit of investment. For example, you obviously need a well-built Tartaglia, but alongside that, you also need to build his teammates like Beidou, Raiden, Xiangling and others with good crit ratios, energy recharge and EM. He's also not the easiest character to play, and you might have to watch some guys to properly learn everything about him. I think that he's like a character that's easy to pick up but hard to master. But don't let this discourage you too much, because if my monkey brain can use him, then you can too. Other reason to not get him is, well, Hayato exists, and you don't really need the both of them unless you're like collecting your Hydro husbands. But for real though, Hayato might just be better in a lot of teams, and he's also easy to play. You press E and just shing your enemies away. But with this being said, the Xiangling plus Childe combo exists. Need I say more? But nah. Don't let me stop you from building your Hydro harem. Now let's talk about the biggest issue with this guy. This motherfucker just does not crit. You saw that nuke that I did earlier, right? I had 25% crit rate there, meaning that this guy should crit once every 4 turns. And I don't know why, but this guy took like 12 tries to crit. So yeah, Childe is amazing, and let me know if I missed any of his pros or cons. Also, if you like this video, be sure to sub, because only like 6% of my viewers are actually subbed to the channel. But anyways, good luck and I'll see you soon.